Before we jump into this ranked draft with War of the Spark, I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. You can find them at cardkingdom.com. You can find them through my affiliate link down below in the panels, where it will take you to cardkingdom.com and let them know that I sent you there. Card Kingdom is awesome. They're my favorite Magic website, and they're my favorite brick and mortar store. If you're in the area, maybe you're coming in for the Magic Fest coming up, be sure to take a trip to Mox Boarding House Seattle or Mox Boarding House Bellevue to check out their retail locations. They're really excellent. But basically, if you are looking to, you know me, we're here trying to figure out how to manage Arena at the best budget we can, and so I'm sensitive to that kind of thing, and that's why I always include Card Kingdom in my shopping for Magic stuff, because they generally have the most competitive prices on both buy and sell, and they generally have everything in stock that I ever need. So usually if I just want to get it done quick, I'll start and finish at Card Kingdom and know that I've gotten the best prices in the industry. So check them out, and we're going to jump in for our ranked draft here. I'm checking in on chat here a little bit. And what have we got? We've got a Gideon. White is not known as the power color in this format, but Gideon is hard to argue with, both from a power level if we get a good aggro white deck going, and also from a gem standpoint. One of our philosophies here on the free-to-play account is to take advantage of the economic systems in place that now reward limited players for rare drafting, because if you can fill 4x of a set, if you get 4x of every rare and mythic, drafting these rares and mythics turns into gems at the end of the draft, which is really great when you're trying to build your bankroll. So we're going to definitely take the Gideon just because it's a mythic. I basically never pass mythics on the free-to-play account in a format where we're trying to 4x. So, yeah, Laroon Enforcer, also good. I like Taskmaster a lot. That's a fine place to start if this were weak. I think if this were a Junker rare, I might start with the Taskmaster, but I generally start with the rare on free-to-play. Now, Leyline Prowler jumps out at me as a great card here. If we really wanted to stick to the Black Blade, we could take the Divine Arrow, but also I'm not looking to be white in this format. We definitely start with the Black Blade, but we do not need to force white. We need to find what's open and listen to the bots the best we can, and I think the best cards in here are Band Together, Leyline Prowler, and maybe Divine Arrow, but again, it's white. I'm with you, GRS, who says, have been unhappy with black-green in general, so it's like, I've been unhappy with white, been unhappy with, but well, what are we saying then? You know, like, what should we be? I don't know. I think I'm actually going to take the Band Together, because we could end up in white green or whatever and play both of these, whereas we're not going to really play Black Blade and Prowler. So I want to stay a little bit more open and take Band. Now what do we see? We've got a Reaver jumps out at me as a strong pick. The controversial Ashiok, we'll see where people end up on this card. Certainly doesn't go with anything we've started with. Electromancer is great, but also doesn't go with anything we started with. That doesn't really matter. We can abandon both of these picks. If it turns out red-blue is where we're supposed to be, then we should snap up Electromancer and Fist Pump. I really like a Reaver, though. One of the questions is Rising Populace good enough to take and continue on the path we started here? But hey, Mr. Guy, glad you made it. I think we take Electromancer on spec here. We're still trying to figure out where the bots want us to be. We'll take Electromancer and keep our eyes wide open here, especially for, you know, pick 4, 5, 6 range is really mission critical in understanding where bots might be not picking. So let's do this. Oh, double Ashiok maybe would have been worth pursuing as a strategy. There's a New Horizons here that's okay. Heartfire is okay. If we do end up red-blue, we could just take the Ashiok and maybe look that direction. This is a weird one. Like, I really look at Heartfire and New Horizons. Sarataka is okay in green, but 5s are generally pretty replaceable. Well, I think it's too late for all the Ashioks, Valhallas. Yeah, we can take a Heartfire. Goes in a lot of red-based decks. Basically all of them, mainly because red generates its own amass. So since red is an amass color, Heartfire just tends to have fodder available. I don't think Heartfire is a sign. I don't think the bots really value it that much. But I'm fine with it here. We can take it here, a little over the New Horizons. I think I'm not going to do the Ashiok thing. Maybe we'll get like a 5th Ashiok passed to us or whatever, but I think we've kind of passed on that. Ship. There's a Guild Globe here that goes in the red-blue deck if that's where we end up from here, even though we have no blue cards yet. It's possible we could be even... Is red-white? We did okay with red-white once, but I think probably here it's Stinger or just the generic Globe. Probably just the generic Globe. It lets us punt in the more traditional term. It's funny how, yeah, we use punt in Magic in not quite the way that the term is used in football, which is to say delay, you know, to put off rather than take a risk. Let's see. Oh yeah, thank you. Getting the draft scene. Get out of your way a little bit there. Yeah, Rager is fine. All right, we'll take Rager. Looking a little reddish here. It's a late Divine Arrow. Maybe we try Boros aggro. I don't know how well Electromancer fits in that world. But I don't want to Malk. I'm not going to start with a Malkin at this point. And got rattling house here. Must be a truck going by or something. I think this is a Divine Arrow or Turret Ogre, and we'll take the Divine Arrow. And I guess if we're headed towards red-white aggro, which is weird, the Invader gets a little better. Did we 7? I don't know if we 7-1 with red-white, but I know we got like 5 or 6. Like, we did pretty well. It's not, but one event result is not the story of an archetype, of course. We may have just gotten a little bit lucky. Anyway, Martyr or Invader here. I think I'm probably not playing this now. I'm gonna give up on that. In general, I want to lean to the 2s, but I think Invader is better here if we're aggro. Now I'll stick to the guns and lean cheaper when in doubt, because you pick up cards like this. I don't know if we're wanting to run Guild Globes in aggro red-white, but there's nothing else for us here except Vault Progress, so we'll take the Globe just in case. Defiant Strike is playable because of how high the floor is. You know, your worst case scenario is cycling for white, but we'll take the Honor. Honor's great, and it provides some of that Heartfire fodder that I was talking about. This might be an assailant deck, you know, where we're just jamming as many 2s as we can. If we do that, though, we need combat tricks. If you're gonna push your strategy of Grizzly Bears at 2, you need to back them up with stuff that gets them through, where they become outclassed so quickly that your deck flops. But we'll take it. I don't know when we end up playing it, but yeah, I mean, even Initiate maybe. hope we don't play a stone blades, but gosh, maybe we just are topping our curve at 3 this time or something. I don't know. Well, sometimes you choose to be white and get paid. Our curve is no longer going to top at 3. We will take this Wanderer's Strike. No, we're going to take Oketra, of course. I've never had an Oketra before, and I actually don't face her much either. I was talking about, you know, this is a very kingly, princely type format, but it's still, you still go a long time without seeing certain mythics, and I've never had Oketra before, so yay! A celebratory sub from Alpha, thank you. Another arrow we'll take here and try to wheel this populace. We have another Heartfire or a first Griffin or a first Invader, because we didn't take that Invader. I think I like just another Heartfire. I think we're gonna... Although we do have Oketra, so leaning into creatures a little more. Oketra and... where is it? Electromancer aren't exactly doing the same thing here, but... Yeah, let's take Heartfire. Tybalt, or Greeting, or Single Combat. Rare is Vault Progress, and while not good, it's playable. Tybalt, right? Tybalt is, I think, going to be the pick over Greeting. I want to take Tybalt, and... he creates more good fodder for the Heartfires. So yeah, we're going to take Tybalt here.
It's not fun and games until someone gets hurt.
And not much for us here. We can pile on these globes that we're not going to play all of, or we can take a Chain Whip. I mean, we could, like, I'm certainly not thrilled with the Chain Whip, so if somehow we get 6 Charm Strays in pack 3, we could do that thing. I don't think we're playing this, and this isn't super valuable. It's very replaceable, so yeah, we can speculate on Strays, but I'm going to put one in the board here. No, we do have the globes, but I don't think we want to splash. This doesn't look like a place I want to splash. We do Sprint... or Crovod, but we could. I mean, we have the tools. I just don't know if we're splashing for, like, spot removal. We might splash for a ridiculous card, you know, Planeswalker that we open. Take this Beast for Oketra purposes, just to cast. Yeah, we're not going to play that, though. I'm not going to play this either. Let's say we weren't going to play these. What are we looking at? Maybe we play, and I'm not super excited about that, although we do have the Heartfires that make that not terrible. It's still kind of 2-for-1ing yourself, though, in ways I don't like. Definitely need some more creatures here to make Oketra super awesome. But I don't think Crovad is such a creature. We probably just take the Sprint and maybe play it. We'll see. Crunchy Crunch or a Martyr. Let's look at that curve again. I'm going to go with the Crunch. Martyr is cheaper, but I took one of them already. Yeah, we're not really doing much proliferating here. Well, we took the first one. Are we taking the second one? Do we actually, like, we may play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... 6, so we definitely have 6 that we're playing. Yeah, I want good 2-drop creatures. I don't know if Martyr qualifies, but maybe any 2-drop is a good 2-drop. Like, do we want just Assailant in this spot over an Electromancer? Yeah, I mean, it's just whether or not we want to be lower to the ground here, but I don't necessarily think we want to do that for assailants. We'll continue to spec on the Electromancer, but I'm not super happy with where it's at. Third Heartfire is interesting. First War Screecher is a 2-drop I can get behind. Yeah, let's take the Screecher here. Maybe we run this. I'll leave it in the main for now. Trick, but eh. Take Invader here. I'm going to put this in the board. I hope we don't play that, but there's that Chain Whip. Another Catharsis. We're definitely not going to play the second one. Here's something we could splash for. It's very powerful. What would we be giving up to take that? A Pride Mate or a Griffin? We can... It's kind of a little bit at odds with what we're trying to accomplish, but it's also such a unique ability in the format, in the game, that it's just powerful to have this in your limited deck. And we do have the globes to pull it off. And our opportunity cost is like Enforcer Griffin. So, or Turret Ogre, you know. So I think we take it, and also it's the gems, the gem factor as well. Doesn't hurt on the gem factor. In fact, maybe we'll go craft. This will be our third time wipe, so we could go craft a couple of them. I don't know, Mr. Guy, but I think maybe we do. Like, again, I think this is such a unique card, such a unique effect that, yeah, but so is the time wipe. I mean, we have 2 guild globes. We're not going to add islands, so we're not going to dilute. We're not going to dilute our white to add blue. We're just going to play guild globes. Play 2 guild globes and splash the time wipe. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, this has some interesting decisions. Well, Tron, thanks for making it true. So Nahiri, Sunblade, but we're not really doing the counter thing, although sometimes just a 3/3 flying first strike vigilance lifelink comes down and you're like, oh, right, I lose now. That's what happens now because I cannot beat this card. I've been somewhat disappointed with Nahiri, but this is the type of deck that's going to take good advantage of the creatures you control have first strike on your turn. So there's that factor. There's some support for Pegasus, and I get it, because Pegasus gets the damage through, lift up that crunch and fly in. But yeah, I'm generally not a big Nahiri fan, but I think Boros, and look at her colors, is the place to play her for sure. The whole pack is good. Flavor, is that Gideon? Is that why we're taking this? Because we have Gideon, so we have to have Gideon's trusted Pegasus? What's the flavor on Oketra that... I don't know how Oketra fits into the trusted Pegasus flavor, but... Yeah, I'm tempted to take Nahiri just because it's finally like the right place for it, but we're probably on Pegasus, aren't we? All right. Outburst is splashable off these globes, but you start to pressure it because these globes provide 1 blue spell worth of fixing. And is it going to be, if we take Outburst, we're really putting a lot of pressure on the globe. Yeah, so we should just take 10th District. I really love an Outburst, and frankly, if we didn't have a time wipe, I might do that or might take it and choose to splash that instead. People in chat talking about the story like I know anything about it beyond what you can glean from cards. I appreciate creative. I just don't dive super deep into the story. I just go with whatever their promotional videos and the cards tell me, you know, and what you guys tell me. Anyway, yeah, we'll take Legionnaire. Fits in what we're doing here. Although maybe we should gotta find some more sprints and what and the like. Here's another potential splashable card that would stress our globes out. We can probably just take the gems here. I don't think we're going to play the Parhelion 2, but this seems like a gem pick to me. We can probably wheel this. You want to... I hope y'all don't think we're playing Parhelion 2. We want to win. Winning is fun. Parhelion's a green card, folks. We're not playing green. Parhelion is not more fun than winning. You say that. You say that. Saying Parhelion is more fun than winning is like saying, let's draft Fallen Empires. It'll be great. No, seriously, it'll be fun. And then you're like, oh, no, wait, this was actually not a good idea at all. So there's Manticore. But yeah, I think we take Defiant Strike. We've got the 10th District Legionnaire now that works well with it. I would rather, if we're trying to support something like this, we're better off with Defiant Strikes in many ways than Samut Sprint, because this costs you an actual card and Defiant Strike doesn't. So I don't even think it would be more fun for you, Zach. Would it really be fun for you to stare at the Parhelion in our hand as we lose? Like, yeah, this is fun. Look at that Parhelion he can't cast. He mulligan. Wow, that's fun. It's not fun. That's just... Imagine in your heads for a second me casting Parhelion 2 and winning with it. Just do it, just really briefly. Just imagine, there I am casting it, and then opponent scoops. There, we did it. Now we don't have to play it. We've had the experience. Saw the strike and was going to take another one, but we got a nice, different strike to take. This is the Big Brother strike. Now, we did not end up on the Charmed Stray plan. We got Battalion, Cause, or another Sprint. Yeah, I kind of want the 3-2 here over another Martyr. I hope we're not playing this, though. Yeah, that's why I'm looking at the curve here. We have no 4s whatsoever, and probably aren't playing this. Oops. Or this. And I don't know if we have... We might have the tools for this now. We'll probably keep those in. But maybe we could bail on the time wipe. I think it was the right pick, but we don't have to do it. In this case, though, we're going to take the Battalion. Oh, another 10th District. Oh, there's a Burning Prophet as well, and a Heartfire. But I think shoring up nice 2s here is great. I don't even know. Probably gold. Here's another 5. We could actually take this 4, except it doesn't do what I want. If this was the kind of the +1/+1 type deal, we could do it. Oh, we can look at the Heartwarming Redemption, but it just... What a weird card. Pretty disappointed in Wizards, actually, for the... for making this the... From a limited standpoint. This is a sweet card. I mean, this is dead Gideon reuniting with his dead... whatever... rascals, or whatever they were called. But... It doesn't really do what red-white is trying to do. I guess this is really your signpost uncommon. So whatever. They get that card. Oh, you wanna try and time your start to play me? Go for it. That can work. Yeah, we've ended up here once before. And actually had reasonable success. I don't know if we'll repeat, but I think we just take the flyer here. Again, we have this weird no 4-drop thing going on, but we'll take it. Battlefield promotion is a solid trick for us to have with the 2 Legionnaires. So let's take that. Assault team is also probably playable in this deck. And is a 4. Here's another 4 we could consider. Have I been sniped? Yeah, there's been a couple times. There's been one time where me and basically everybody in chat were pretty positive of a stream snipe situation. There's been other cases where you raise an eyebrow, but you can give credit for a soul read sometimes, you know. Another Defiant Strike. All right, well, we got choices. We got 9 cuts to make from this. Let's start with our numbers. 17, 15. I think we abandon the splash, actually, with this many playables. I don't know what par is yet. Let's get the deck built and then figure that out. 6 cuts. I'm gonna cut Sprint. I think I like both Defiant Strikes and Battlefield Promotion over the Sprint in this deck. So if we keep them, we'll keep that. I don't know if we want Grim Initiate here. Don't think it does quite enough, although it's pretty good with Defiant Strike because you surprise them with a second point of power. Ubermensch was asking what par is in golf. Golf is or at least I know the term par from golf, which is where it tells you the expected number of strokes it will take you to get your ball in the hole on a given course of golf. So it's like to set expectations about what average performance will be. And so thinking about what par is for this deck is about setting our expectations of what we think a typical performance of a deck of this power level would be. Is this so great you think like it would be pretty cocky to suggest that you had a par of 6 wins or something like that. But when I have a really weak deck, you know, I like to set par at 2.5 because, you know, you're hoping to get to 3. But I would call this, yeah, this is like a par 3.5. So if we win 4 times, I'll feel like, okay, well, actually we have Oketra. I should say just on Oketra alone, I'd like to set par at 4.5. Like, but it's going to depend on whether we draw her, you know. Yeah, that's the thing. Par is such a par in golf is actually not average. It's if you can hit par on every hole of golf you play, you should probably be on the the pro tour or play pro golf. But yeah, exactly. So if we find and play Oketra a lot, we're going to win a lot of games. Yeah, let's take out the Silver Wing as not super impressive. I think we can play the assault team though. Can we justify both of these? What's our current count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 instants and sorceries right now. If we keep them all, I think the Electromancer pulls its weight with 9. But I don't know if we can keep them all, because that means like cutting creatures, and I don't want to cut down on creatures, or so I think we cut one of these and then make some hard calls here about what our worst stuff is, like probably Grim Initiate. Yeah, maybe we've gotten the 2s we need. I just want to make sure we're busy on 2. And right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things we're willing to do on 2, which actually kind of seems low to me. I almost want to bring, an assailant back in. I mean, if we're going to call ourselves Boros aggro, we really need to be trying to get a creature on board on 2, I think. Maybe this goes to 16. I don't want to be staring at 4 lands in Oketra, though. We have generally when I have 4 5 drops, I'm not going to be willing to go to 16. Stoneblades may be decent, but again, if I want to trigger these, I'd rather do it in a way that replaces itself, that we just get to draw a card. I still think it's a stretch to say, yeah, we totally got a card's worth of value out of Nahiri's Stoneblades. Yeah, maybe Griffin is a cut as well. I kind of like that. Keep it a little lower to the ground. I still want 17 for these. But maybe a battalion, maybe this assault team. Or maybe I recut this assailant, but I leave in the martyr. Well, we don't have +1/+1 counters everywhere. We do have battlefield promotion throwing a counter on. We have legionnaires getting +1/+1 counters. And we have Gideon and Tybalt inherently having counters, an assault team providing a counter, and a counter here. So while it doesn't look like, hey, we're not really proliferating that much, we kind of are. There's actually a lot going on here that could... this produces something that can be proliferated. Yeah, we could cut the honor. That's a reasonable thought, but I do just like it as a mid-late game smoother. It's a little tricky if you get it, if you don't have anything else to do on 3 or whatever, but I think I want to keep it in. Maybe we could go to 16 on the strength of 2 Defiant Strikes and the honor digging us to what we need. So, and we cut an additional 5. No, we're not going to do 41 card. We're going to find our cut. It might be a land, though. You could justify it with the 2 Defiant Strikes. But let's figure this out and get playing. All right, I'm going to try 16 on the strength of having cut an additional 5 and having 3 cards that cycle or draw, so that... Yeah, we could cut a Heartfire as well. Nah, we're not cutting War Screecher. I like, you know, if I'm not cutting the Martyr, I'm not cutting the Screecher. I want to keep them both for the 2-drop reasons described below. I think I'm going to try this. I feel like it's okay. Maybe a little greedy, but 16 versus 17, I think, is correct if we have the cycling here that we're doing. London Mulligan surprised you? Oh, do we have London Mulligan in game now? Philster? Philfister? I don't... Or just that you're surprised by the announcement that it's going to be. No. All right. Full flavored Boros. Since apparently we have the entire storyline being told through Divine Arrows, Trusted Pegasus, Gideon Blackblade, and Oketra and stuff, so... Justin Singleton, interesting, kind of a test. Cool, we'll test that out in a bit. Capture this. Let's see here, we'll go to Battlefield. Let it never be said I won't play Boros. Hold on a second, though. Trying to get this going. Okay. There we go. This is War Best of 1. And we are, in fact, on the free-to-play. All right, let's get 7. Pack one, pick one, Spark Double or Arlen. Interesting. I kind of want Spark Double there, but I wouldn't blame you. We're keeping this. Too bad we don't have a mountain here. It would be Snap Keep. Unlikely that we're going to get this on 2 is the thing. But does that mean we can throw this back? We do have Battalion on 3. Wow, you're in Bangkok. Congratulations on your nuptials, 4. Have a great time on your honeymoon. Yeah. I'm gonna mulligan. I like this better. We're guaranteed to hit on 2 here. I'm going to start on Martyr over Rager. It's the highest natural power, so we can get in for 2 while still developing our board. Speaking of developing our board, I think I know how I'm going to do it. See, it was totally the correct mulligan, because we got Blackblade on 3. That's what we call results-oriented thinking, but may have been... Oh, I should have gone up. I was yammering about lucky stuff and then didn't even up Gideon. Let's not do that again. What does he even do? Gains vigilance, lifelink, or indestructible. So we'll go lifelink on the old Martyr.
Your light will cleave the darkness.
And I like Battalion over Populace. So I'm not going to play... If I was going to play the Populace, I would do it ahead of this attack in case something died during combat. But since we're going to go Battalion, we can do it after combat if they want to... Oh, Ob Nix's cruelty can actually get Gideon and exile him. Yikes. Punished. Could have gotten Gideon out of range there, so I'm appropriately punished for my mistake. And here we're gonna, let's see, we can go Rager and have Defiant Strike available. That's probably okay, because we can trade the Martyr for the army if we want. We could also Rising Populace. Oh, you would have still been in range. That makes me feel a little better. But, right? Because play him on 3, he goes to 5. I untap, and on 4, make him 6. Oh, yeah, you're right. It doesn't, the loyalty is not the thing, it's the power toughness. Got it. All right, so there was no... Still, again, the exact result doesn't change the... Don't punt, you know? I'm going to offer it. We can Defiant Strike and then Rager. I know we missed the Rising Populace here, but this cycles us through a bit. We can still play the Rager. We get him to 9. Now we have a Heartfire, so I'm just trying to stay aggro here. That was the fundamental choice there. I didn't do Populace in trade, but basically we're going to follow that line of thinking here. Although we could, let's see, can we just get him? How do we just get him? We go, that's 7 between battalion and Heartfire and battalion, but that is not going to do it for us. We can threaten to pump here, though, but we can't play the populace and threaten to pump. I think what we do is attack with both pump and war screecher. Does that make sense? What do we want to do here? Because we can also just play the populace and attack with the battalion and say trade if you want. With the populace gets bigger, and then next turn we have a good attack as well. If we, or we could just, you know, play the populace and pass and attack with all 3 next turn. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's do it that way. If they want to make this trade, we get a 3/3 populace, and then we can even do like Heartfire stuff next turn. Like, this is puts them in a tough spot. If they go land 5/6, they could totally stabilize, though. Then we have to get there with War Screecher. Funky Monkey in the tank. See what they come up with. Ah, nice try, but so Oketra in hand with without the land, but we can just get him right to the face here. No big deal. Well, we drew Oketra and won, just like you'd expect. All right, this is a starting hand. Well, we drew Oketra, better win. Can't cast her yet, but that's nice to see. Again, I'm going to War Screech. We're not going to be pumping Rager or anything, so may as well not cast it right now. I think I said 4.5 because of the Oketra. I hope to win 5 games when I've got something as powerful as Oketra in my pool, but you have to draw her and cast her, so there's a lot of variance there, but it definitely pushes par up quite a bit to have Oketra in your pile. So here, what are we playing? Well, we start with an attack. There's nothing to do other than that, unless we're going to block, which we're not. And I'm going to battalion over Invader. Yeah, I don't want to worry about holding up Arrow here. We'll use Arrow when they block us, not when they attack us. Which again is why you'll hear on LR that damage to attacking or blocking creature type removal isn't a favorite, because if you're aggro, it doesn't allow you to clear the blocker out of the way. You need blocking to occur for it to do what you want. Well, I'd love to see a land now for many reasons, but if they, yeah, say if they do that, they tap below counterspell mana, and we do this, we're gonna drop Oketra and chuckle. Well, they can weird back the Spark right now, but we gotta make them do that. And they need to do it right now. Like, if they let us untap with Oketra, we play a couple of creature spells and it's all over. So, oh, I'm really surprised they didn't weird back the,
This isn't your average zombie. Use the battle to shambles.
All right.
Yeah, you're a lousy servant anyway.
No problem, no problem.
A good, mindless minion.
Still not enough. What else you got? Still not enough. All right, we're gonna get hit back for a lot, but we do get to take out Lily here.
Now, don't be pushy.
It would be nice to wait to cast the Rager after Lily at 4, 5, and we actually have the or not Lily, after Oketra. And we do have the Divine Arrow that will do what? It's a little well, it's greedy, but it might be actually what we need in order to stay alive here. And we have the arrow to buy a little time. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. I think it's that important. We're gonna get rid of this token with the arrow, and then see if they can handle the return of Oketra. Wow. That is, that's tough. We're gonna resolve Oketra twice and lose. And it's gonna bring the Divine Arrow out of range. Oh, they're not gonna do it? Oh, that's good. Now, actually, I'm gonna arrow the Herald so that if she wants to minus, she's gotta lose, they've gotta lose both their creatures. We take a similar amount of damage, but it sets us up to be able to potentially combat Liliana in the face of a minus. Arrow after damage, let's see. But it's still... Why do we want to do it after damage? That's more damage. So they got a choice. You can minus, but then it clears the board and they know we're drawing Oketra, and we have Rager as well.
Smelly, but effective.
And yeah, we're gonna come at the queen. And we best not miss. Let's see, or should we just be going at them? Let me make sure I'm not just presuming anything. Generally, you attack Liliana, but let's think about this. If we go at them, they go to 11. Yeah. Just making sure. It seemed obvious, but then I wanted to make sure.
Do not ruin my... You'll pay for that.
Yeah, now there's no minus, which is big game.
Rise and shine.
That army's getting awfully big. It's now a forced block, but we have a pretty good block with, oh, now it's gotten, now it's a chump. So we're gonna have to chump if they send in.
Waste not, want not.
Well, Oppo's deck has Liliana twice. So... we could send Oketra back into our library and block and trade here. Yeah, this is going to be tough. I guess we just have to chump. If we find a creature off the top, we'll be happy to have chumped, and we're going to keep throwing our...
That's how it is.
throwing fire at Lily. Well, unfortunately at 7 toughness, it doesn't actually stop Oketra from dying if we block there. I think we're just going to lose this one. I don't see how... we needed a creature there to add another zombie warrior. Yeah, gain 2 life is decent. Maybe that surprises them. First strike and double block. But they... yeah, so let's see. Is that enough? Let's see. 3, 4, 5. But that's 6, right? I'm not sure. Yeah, that's true. I guess we'll send in with this at least. And then if they... we can even... yeah, I think we have to leave those back, but we may be able to use Battlefield Promotion effectively here. And we will. We're gonna do this. If you're asking me what the most powerful standard deck is, I think you're asking the wrong streamer. Chat might have some opinions, but I don't know what the best deck in standard is. I'm not too keyed into that. Thanks, Queen. But we're kind of, yeah, we're in big trouble now. Oh wow, what is that about? Who knows what the 9 mana they're holding is for?
Oh, I do love a good death wail.
6, 7. Well, they can actually. He can actually get. Oppo can get Lily back this turn, so that's what's going on here. No, not going to do that. I thought Oppo was just going to go straight back to Lily. Not attacking here. Let's just cycle. Alright. Well, we cast Oketra twice and lost, folks. Yeah, I mean, I can certainly offer the opinion that Mono Red Aggro is the best ladder deck for getting your daily gold on, but I don't know that it's the best deck in Standard. It might be. I just don't know. This isn't great. We're going first. It would be a first play would be a turn 3 battalion, assuming we draw land. I don't love this. But it's probably a keep. It's close. It's close. Really want to be on board on 2 with the deck, but the fact that we're 1 land away from 2 of our spells and we have a Defiant Strike to cycle through and we have some removal, I just think it's a little bit too on the good side, or has too much potential to send back for a random. We found a 2. That's cool. Now at least we have a target for Defiant Strike on 3 to search for a land if we don't find one naturally. Okay, we found our red. Nice. I'm going to attack with a Screecher, and then we'll drop Crunchy Crunch. A Crunch of their own, which we're going to arrow out of the ground, and then I guess we don't have... We could just Rising Populace and offer a trade. That's another thing we could do. Actually, I kind of like that. Do this, offer a trade, make a 3/3 that can grow if they want to, and maybe they don't block because they don't want to grow the Populace. And we don't desperately need a 5th land in this spot, so I'm not going to, like, cycle the strike here. We're just going to save it for possible usefulness. Pretty straightforward swing in here, and we're going to drop the battalion after. And next turn have Battlefield Promotion and Divine Arrow ready for our attack, which should really clear the way for a great attack, almost regardless of what they do here. If they can get this weird to, like, 6/6, then we might be in trouble, but even then we should be able to get it between Divine Arrow and giving something First Strike. So these can combine to take down some pretty big beasts. Rolfsaurus32 has a good question about how to go optimal in queue choices. I haven't done a spiel on that in a bit, so after this game we'll take a break to talk queue choices again and what factors to consider, because the answer is it depends. Alright, that looks rough, but is actually going to be rough on them. Battlefield Promotion and Divine Arrow are going to... Oh, you want to race? Ooh, I don't know about that, Oppo. I don't know about that. You got it. It's our friend. Back to try and redeem herself. Actually, let's do it... Yeah, we're going to do it Divine Arrow style. Because this is the last chance for these weirds to be arrowed, so let's do it while we can. And I'm going to go ahead and cycle the strike to help us find the 5th land for Oketra. But to start, if you look at my spreadsheet, this is the spreadsheet I use to both track my results and to give a tool for people to answer the very question that you asked, Rolfosaurus. So there's a tab there called Event EV, Gem EV, and basically you can start to look at the value propositions of the various queues that are available to you. That's annoying because it means we won't draw our land. But we do get Battlefield Promotion here to wreck them, so let's do that. They got a block. I mean, or not. Go ahead, don't block. See how that goes for you. Skylord is a solid draw here. But let's see, what are they forced to do? The Screecher doesn't get it done. If we Populous, we can't really attack with the Rager, or the Skylord can eat it. But they're pretty compelled to block on the Battalion. We can definitely attack with the Battalion and the Screecher. I'm just trying to figure out if we're honoring the God Pharaoh here or just casting the Populace. Probably the Populace, and then we can just swing with everything. If they want to eat the Rager, we're actually kind of okay with that, especially because if they block the Screecher, we can take out the Army token. So we're just going to drop the Populace and swing. And that's fine. They're giving everything to trade with our 3-drop, so that 3-drop did some good work for us. Well, the thing is, Rolfosaurus, it's not even just about... It's about the different kinds of EV. What value are you actually looking for? Do you value the highest possible return on your gems, even though it's still going to be negative? Like the percent return on your gems, the absolute return on your gems, like how much, how much in gems is this event actually going to cost me? Is your goal... Is your goal games of limited magic? Are you measuring your value in the amount that you get to play? If so, that's a different thing, So there's a lot of different ways to approach the value question. Here, we're just going to ignore Tybalt. Looks like they will put this on the Rager and force a trade with the Rager, but then we get them down to 1. Don't see a way... And yeah, we can ping them. We get them to 0. They're basically dead. They're dead. They actually have to block the Populace. So they're not dead, but it's actually a good attack because they're dead unless they block the Populace, is what I'm saying. Oh yeah, they're dead to pump as well. They're in a bad way no matter how you slice it. Yay, us. I mean, I was fully aware of all the ways in which to win at all times. Well, now they just, they can't... They're not dead, but they can't aim that point of damage at Tybalt, so we just get to let that trade. Well, we haven't won yet. We're trying. We're trying. Oh, you are just going to let us win? Smart. Yep, we drew a Ketra and won. Boring. Yeah, when we drew a Ketra and actually played her twice, we lost, but... Yes, I don't think they were winning that one. Although they could have ended, you know, because they could have survived by not killing the Rager, but yeah, then they were, ooh, this looks great. Oh, I didn't go and do the side thing. Sorry. I'll try and remind me. We'll get there eventually. What I'll do is bring up my spreadsheet to remind me. Ooh, I wish we had a 2-drop creature, because I want to Defiant Strike the Legionnaire to take out this War Screecher. I'm going to start with an attack, though, and then we can decide what to do if they block or don't block. Alright, they're not blocking. I'm just going to have them take it, and we'll just add our big stuff. Could add the Pegasus so that we lift up the Legionnaire. But I like going big here. We have the tools to keep attacking, so I want to keep doing that.
Cooperation is the path to self and be your best self.
So do we care? What do we care about here? Just trying to decide if we care about Zhang enough to attack him. I think that forces the block. But, man, it could be correct to just go for face, and who cares about Zhang? But... yeah, let's ignore Zhang. We don't have the same Defiant Strike play. We have to use Battlefield Promotion. Ah, but they don't want to do it. That's actually good for us. Because now we can just play the Pegasus.
Teamwork is strength.
Alright, now we have Defiant Strike plus Battlefield Promotion to really get them with anything we want, so we're just sending in. They've left a lot of mana up, though, so I'm not sure how this plays out exactly, but I'm also not going to stop attacking. That's true. I forgot about the... I could have used Strike, and it would have gotten tough enough to survive that fight, for sure. And we'll fly the Crunch. Yeah, we'll promote. This is what I'm worried about. We're casting a combat trick into tons of open mana, but we kind of have to. It's what our deck does. And fortunately, we have the response to their response. But it's kind of a example of why I don't like combat tricks so much. It's very nerve-wracking to need to rely on combat tricks in the face of all that open mana. All right, we picked up another win, and I'm gonna take a tour of the value spreadsheet real quick. One moment. Oh, it's not letting me zoom this because I'm not logged in as me? Is that what's going on? No, I should be able to zoom this. Why can't I zoom? View. That's a little better. Let's go 150. I know you can't see yet. I'm trying to get set up before I go in. Okay, that looks pretty good. Here we go to the left monitor land. Should come up shortly. All right. This is the spreadsheet that I linked earlier. You can find it any time with the ! Spreadsheet command, but we're here on... Actually, I'm going to go 125. I think it's going to be right. Yeah, 125 is good. So over here... Hey, thanks for the sub. Motor City Mama is making it rain. Thank you. We're gonna get rat burgled. I might have to wait for the burgling to pass here, as Chuck D is gonna interrupt me for a few seconds here. Anyway, over here we have, if you save this out, if you file, make a copy, you can start to edit this yourself, and you can put in your own win percentage here, and it'll adjust your expectations elsewhere. But basically, at a 50% win rate, you can see that the event EV is one thing. Here's the, your expected return on gems is one thing. Your final cost on the event is a different factor. And your gems per game cost is another different factor, right? So I think these are the three key things to ask yourself what's important to you. The other one being like, I just want to draft every day, and if all you want to do is have a draft experience every day, well, then I kind of suggest just ranked draft, because ultimately the final cost of a ranked draft is 402 gems, and the final cost of a traditional draft is 792 gems. Much higher, right? So if all you're trying to do is play a draft a day, and that's good, or play a draft every once in a while, and you don't care how long the experience is, then your best bet is to go for the lowest final cost, which is easily ranked draft. However, if what you care about is your gems per game, well, you still have ranked beating out traditional draft on that front. But one thing I note here is that this is your final cost in gems per game over time based on the win percentage, but it's only gems. It's not, you get extra boosters in traditional draft. And again, I know I've said this like every time I look at this sheet, but I need to update it. People have even offered the updates. I just need to cut and paste some updates so that we take into account things like the booster packs you win, because I made these tables before you could rare draft for gems in Limited, and the ability to rare draft for gems in Limited changes these numbers a lot. And also, if you care about Standard, you care about the fact that you get more packs here. But ultimately, if you're going to 4x a set, the packs you get eventually turn into gems, such that the higher number of packs you get in prize support in traditional draft does make a difference to all of these numbers. But at a fundamental level, you can see that your cost per game is pretty close. And let's look at my win percentage, which is about 60. And I know that my win percentage is a little different in best of 3 versus best of 1, but for purposes here, we're just going to call it 60 to see what it looks like when your win percentage goes up a bunch, because it tightens this gap a bit. You can see that it was like 15 before, and at 60%, my gap goes down quite a bit on the gem cost per game. And so you can, and at this point, this is my metric. I just want to get as much limited magic as I can for as little dollars as I can. And so my personal metric on EV is gems per game cost. And this is close enough that I know that if you add in the value that I haven't calculated here of the extra booster packs prizes, that's going to close this gap a little bit more. And so I generally feel like from my EV standpoint of hours of Magic per dollar, I can really do either queue and I'll be fine, which is why even on the free-to-play account where I try to be very disciplined, I still throw it to chat for a vote, because as long as it's... I never let chat vote to play sealed on free-to-play because the final cost is just too high. But I will let chat tell me whether to play ranked or traditional, because for me, the EV is pretty darn close, given my win rate and everything else. So go ahead and link to that, make a copy of yourself, and you can play around with it. And then let's go back to Battlefield. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I always forget to explain the term EV, but it's, yes, your expected value. How much value you expect to get back out of something given what you are putting in and how the system generates value. I did, Oni. I'll follow up with you later. Check in chat for any other questions there. Hey, Draconis. You don't understand. You want to start using these spreadsheets, but you don't understand how to track wins in best of 3 versus best of 1. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't fully understand that question, Rob. I just put it all in the same results spreadsheet, and then you can filter out to look at one or the other. But oh, Vaporkin, no. EV doesn't mean you expect to come out ahead. It just means understanding how far behind you expect to come out. I think it's just, it's important to understand that. But I am going to go back one more time because of Rob's question. If we go just to look at my results, I'm a little behind on filling in these. Actually, let's see. Yesterday was free-to-play ranked. No, that was... yeah, that was... Oh no, this was yesterday. And that yesterday, what did we play in Dominaria? We played probably played blue-black, right? We usually do. And then I think we went actually just 1 and 3. And then I always forget how much each is worth. I just find one down below that matches. I guess I don't go 1 and 3 a lot. What's a 1 win worth in ranked? I guess I could look. It's like it's 100, right? Yeah, it's 100. And I can't remember if we did a gem grind. I don't think so. I'm going to say no. And then we have this net here. This was on air. Anyway, this is how I track. This is how I track it. And then so, oh my goodness, and then up here, this is a combined. I just accept that this is a combined a win percentage. But if you can look, I'm just looking at. Here's my win column. Here's my loss column. And I am just openly mixing best of 3 with best of 1 and not worrying about it and figuring I'm coming up with some approximation of my average win percentage, even though it's not going to be exact. But it's just, a simple division problem. And that produces my match win percentage. And you can see I'm looking at, oh, come on. Net gems spent is tabulating our gem net and just seeing if it's ahead or behind. It's pretty easy to stay ahead on gems when you're running 3 accounts and grinding. Like, nobody has to pay for Magic if you're willing to, on Arena, if you're willing to do the gold grinding. You can have as many accounts as you want and grind gold on them every day and never pay for a thing. But at that point, you're paying with your time. So you've got to decide where your priorities are. In terms of how to track, yeah, you can copy this and do the same thing. One thing you can do, I could be, it may be... I could track them in separate tabs, best of 3 or best of 1, but I figure this is more useful for people as a holistic, full, complete look at my results. But if you wanted to, you could go take the stakes and clear and just choose ranked, which is going to be best of 3. You can copy this, make a new tab, paste it over here. And now it's just showing ranked. And we can see that my win percentage in ranked is in best of 1 is 60.2, which is kind of weird to me. I feel like I should have much more disparate results. But if we then look at the different stakes and go traditional, I should use unranked too, because unranked would also be best of 1. But we'll look at traditional, do the same thing. We can copy, paste. And so in traditional, I'm at 61.4. So that makes some sense, because if I'm 60.1% to win any given game, if you give me best 2 out of 3 with those numbers, I'm just going to win more matches overall, because I get 3 chances to leverage my 60% win rate towards a match win. I'm going to delete these sheets, though, before I forget about them and wonder what the heck I made them for. But that's one way you could do it, to see your numbers separately. All right. For reals, let's play some more. Did that help, Rob? Is that what you were looking to see? Yeah, the column represents both. Well, the reason why I wouldn't separate it out and try to break up your traditional draft results into individual wins and losses is because the part of the point of that is to track your results against your EV. And the EV, the system is rewarding you for events based on your match results. So tracking individual game results might help you understand something about your overall win lot, but I'm trying to track EV, so I just want to know how I'm doing match-wise in these events. And Vaporkin asks, so you are in minus in gems? Yes, but the minus is good because that's a surplus, because that's gems spent. How many gems have we spent on limited? And the answer is negative gems. We are ahead on gems in our limited play across the 3 accounts. I think if I deleted the free-to-play 2 account, the third account that we play on every once in a while, like, that's just free gems because I grind on it a little bit here and there, and it has enough gold to basically enter events for free. And when you're entering events for free and creating some gems, again, I can keep us in the black on gems, no problem, if I operate a third account. The question is the free-to-play account itself ahead on gems, which you could also do, we could have looked at as well. But it's not, again, it's also not hard to be ahead on gems and free to play if you just meet out your play such that you're not overtaxing your resources. So again, it all depends on what you're in it for and what resources are valuable to you in life. Yeah, you can find the spreadsheet anytime by typing !spreadsheet. Yep. Yeah, I just don't, and you could see the difference was pretty minor. I was like 60 point something at best of 1 and 61.4 in best of 3. It's like, whatever. All right. Well, hopefully we don't cast Oketra, because so far having Oketra in hand has been the key to victory. I'm kidding, Magic Gods. Please don't stick me on 3 land for the rest of this game. That is funky. Well, they're never blocking in a million years. Let's attack. And do we want Screech or Defiant Strike War Screecher? Or sorry, do we want Honor or Strike Screecher? Both of us get us a little deeper in. If we Honor, we have to pitch something, which is probably would be the Strike. Yeah, let's go honor here and really try and find... Also, if we honor Pitch Strike, Electromancer actually gets pretty good. Well, that was good since we were 2 cards away at least from finding another land. Woof. Not exactly what we wanted to see. We do have a battlefield promotion, though, that makes attacking here pretty good. Although the army token is blocked. If we attacked with that, it would be basically a bluff. Which I don't think I want to do here. We should just send in the Rager and then decide what to do when Oppo blocks or doesn't. In this case, I like just letting the trade happen, and then we follow with War Screecher. You agree with that? I mean, we can win combat here. Rager then gets a counter and is pretty dangerous. They might have something too, though. We can't pretend that their 2 open mana is a sure thing. So actually, maybe because of their open mana, I'm just going to accept this trade and we'll see what they want to do. Well, there you go. So let's see what that looks like. They get the 3/3 first strike. If we did it, we would get a 2/3 first strike, and we still make the trade. Is that worth it? Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, all right, we'll do it. Magic Gods having a laugh at my expense. You asked for it. You wanted Oketra stuck in hand. You got it, mister. Invader, just making sure. Yep, yeah, that's what we want to do. Need some land now, please. All right, all right, all right. Don't have an attack, though. We have attacks into 4 toughness, but not 5. So I'm going to play the Assault Team and be sad, I guess. But then we're 1 land away from Wanderer's Strike, Oketra, Electromancer. Funny, though, these are our 3 5-drops, all in hand. Could have gone Screecher Martyr, too, I suppose, but I like this Ground Force. Assault Team and the 1/1 threaten to trade with the Giant and put a counter on the Invader.
My heart is hollow with scorn for you.
So they could return Populace to the battlefield. Which they want to do. Now, are they going to send in that Giant? No, they want to stay back. Super annoying that this gets to tick back up. I'm going to max our mana here and play both of these. This gets us something in the air at least, and... Now, next turn, we can threaten an attack with the Invader, maybe, if we want.
I abhor my need for blood.
That's true. I could have kept the 2 drops, but I think if we'd find the land, we get Battalion into Electromancer. We'll if Oketra lives, she'll get her tokens. Well, not exactly what we were looking for, but this is helpful. Helpful. I should decide if we want to do anything with the invader attack, though. If we attack the invader, we need to basically be prepared to sacrifice zombie army to get to 3 power. Oh no, it gets to 4 power, so we need to sacrifice 2 things to really threaten. So we need to be prepared to let go of the army and like maybe even the assault team or the martyr. No, assault team. Are we prepared to do that? Because then we'd be trading. Yeah, we could just do the assault team and get to 5 power. Okay, I like that. So I am going to attack Sorin here. Because we have a 1 sacrifice move to get to 5 points of first strike, which is quite powerful. The populaces get counters, but we get to drop the Pegasus and then really threaten Sorin next turn. And if we do find a land, we may actually just Wanderer's Strike. Let's see, we've got 2 in the yard. Oh no, we've got 3. Great. Great, great, great. All right, they're going to use that on what? The invader? Perfect.
What a mess I've made.
Yeah, we're just going to take this and a land. I think we go Electromancer, kill the Screecher, kill Sorin, or take Sorin down a peg, at least. Is that the play? Because then those populaces get to 5/5. We might need to strike this populace. We could just go Oketra, but I'm not in a major hurry. We can try to deal with this Sorin thing. Sorin situation. When Sorin dies, they grow. Actually, like strike Populace and go at Sorin pretty hard here. Because they have no good blocks with the Screecher now.
I am familiar with pain.
This is going to be pretty grindy with Sorin's life linking.
Time for a drink.
Yeah, now we get the other one with Electromancer. Unfortunately, we're... Well, that's nice, because then we can go Electromancer now, then Oketra into Battalion Legionnaire, and Oketra triggers twice. But I do think we need to... Well, we got the Pegasus. We could also take out the Silverwing. And then our guaranteed dead Sorin. This becomes a 5/5. But going after the Silverwing actually takes care of Sorin. That's the debate here. Are we okay with a 5/5 Rising Populace with Oketra coming? And I think we are, because we're going to drop Oketra, play a couple, and then we can handle the Populace. I mean, I want to kill the populace, but then we don't have clean attacks into Sorin, and then we're kind of in the Sorin situation. If I take care of the Silverwing and go after Sorin, is what a 6/6? The populace? Yeah, I want to kill Sorin. Let's kill Sorin. I think if we kill Sorin and land Oketra, we should be good from here.
This will not be my final parting.
I get it. I still think we'll be okay. That's more trouble. Ooh. All right, Oketra. It's going to come down to Oketra one way or the other. Let's get her down. And then we're going to hang back on D. Well, we gotta try. I don't know what they might have here, but we don't have much choice, and could almost just take the populace hit. But I also kind of want to just try and do this. Just trying to decide if we even put more on it. All right, let's try this. I'm wary of that card in hand, but we can't really play around much here with our situation. We're just hoping this is good enough. Oh, right. Forgot the Screecher. Pretty silly. But we're still okay. That's nice too, having Heartfire ready. Let's go... Actually, we'll go Battalion. Thing is, we could have triple blocked. If I had just safely triple blocked, that would have worked out. I think it's going to work out anyway. And I am just going to play the Legionnaire and get extra creatures around. And Oketra is... We can attack with Oketra now. Right? What if we do this? And we have a bunch of stuff on the ground and they're top decking. Just trying to decide if we're sending Pegasus as well. Yeah, I guess we are, and then it properly gets Oketra up in the air. Start working them down here. All right, all right. I'm going to do the same attack and feel just extra better about having Divine Arrow and Heartfire ready for this. I could arrow that, but I think we want to save arrow for possible defense. I'm just going to do this. Yeah, I don't even want to do the bird trick. I just want to leave these two up. And now we have the threatened bird trick on our side as well. Anything with first strike inherently here? No. Okay. All right, we are going to win. Let's win. I knew we had a good blocks there. I was just bearing down to like, all right, let's figure out all our good blocks here. And then Oppo saved me the trouble. Yeah, it seemed desperation, but you still got to figure it all out, right? And I was going to do that, and then didn't matter. All right, well, we are at the par game. I put par at 4.5, and we get one more win, and we're above par. Let's see if we can get there. Clean living, Vaporkin. Suck it. You're trying, Tron? Yeah, we had Gideon in, I think, game 1, actually. We had Gideon. Haven't seen him since, though. Kind of forgot he was in the deck. Nice Tybalt here for turn 3. Destroy, can't really do anything to save it, so yep, bye-bye, Rager.
My friend is here to help your pain.
Pretty easy attack here. They're not going to block. They want to get Tybalt with that Sky Theater Strix, but we're going to throw up a Pegasus, or maybe we'll just keep Divine Arrow up.
The more, the messier.
You want to get Pegasus down, but then they make us trade. I don't want to. I guess we don't care about Tybalt anymore anyway. So yeah, sure. We got our two creatures out of Tybalt. Still have a lot of inherent heuristics like protect your planeswalkers that I have to overcome in this format. Oppo agrees with our assessment of Tybalt's importance at this point in the game. We got a lot of instants here and nothing much else going on. I think I'm going to Defiant Strike here to look for more action. Not very action-y, but digs us closer to it at least. Still racing. We're gonna fire back and Divine Arrow the army. Getting a little flooded for our 16 lander, but that's going to happen also. 16 land, 17 land. Turns out, actually not that much different. We could arrow the Strix, but I feel like there's going to be better targets for it coming down the way. This format's just full of little fractions of value. I lost half a card to there, half a card, you know. A lot of fractions of cards in the exchanges in this format. They're down to 2 cards. I'm going to go ahead and arrow here. Maybe that's still early. Just had a little bit of hope that we might find some action. We could battlefield promote and the thing would survive, but that seems wrong too. I'm just going to pass. Come on, action! We only need to keep 1 land for, like, the honor. There's nothing, no other reason to keep a land, right, other than the honor. So, yeah, we'll play this out. Shields up Teo promo. Cool. Maybe we block and eat now if they want to come at us with army. Not sure I got the one... Oh, I think I did do the 1 billion, yeah. Maybe not on both accounts. I'll check at some point. Watch them scoop, and we know it's Oketra on top. Not quite, but we'll... Happy to have something besides land. I'm going to continue to pass here and continue to keep this mountain in hand. How do highly skilled Magic players rate the ability to view cards in your opponent's hand? It doesn't typically change that much. I think Luis spoke to this on Limited Resources in the mailbag episode they did recently. In Limited especially, it's not that big a deal. But it always, you know, it matters. You're just not going to ever pay a card for it or anything like that. It's a nice to have. All right. Wanderer's Strike is interesting. We could battlefield promote first and then Wanderer's Strike. We don't even need to play another land to do that. I don't know if it's worth, like, doing this just so we can get a counter, but it is, you know, it makes we can make a 3/5 Screecher. That's not bad. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they should have gone after Tybalt at some point. Yeah, maybe that is enough. And let's see, if we promote the token. It still doesn't kill the giant, so I'm going to send in the Screecher, though. I try to keep my mouse pointer off my hand. Like, one of my... I don't think most people are paying attention, but, like, it does shine when I go into my hand to my opponent, and if they make this block and I go right to my hand, before they've locked in the block, they could see that I've gone to my hand, maybe read that I have a trick, and back out of the block. So I try not to roll over anything when my opponent is making blocking decisions until it passes the priority back to me.
They're so cute.
There was no real point in the attack. It kind of sets up some future bluffs, though, if they see that you are willing to attack in. I was thinking we were making a three power flyer, actually, and then forgot that that's not how that's going to work. We're going to go ahead and trade this for for the army token, though, so that it stays manageable. Martyr, solid. Bug. I think I answered the attack. It was just me thinking ahead towards being a 3-powered flyer and forgetting that we weren't going to be there by the end of the combat. So, well, yeah, I'm going to Martyr here and make the War Screecher even bigger.
Great things, you and I.
Do we care about Saheeli? Probably not. Could use some action here. Get 8 lands in our deck, and that's more than we want. All right, that's good. I just want stuff on the ground so that this War Screecher can keep going. And let's see, if we make... If they get to turn this servo into a herald, that's tough. But we got them on a nice clock, although they can keep the Silverwing back at some point to chump. Press thinks we gotta go face. I don't know if we can make it through too many heralds making gigantic armies, but we do have some chumps. What does the Screecher Pump get us? We take our 4/6 out of combat, and we get a 2/2? I don't think we're using the Screecher Pump. It's too valuable as a 4/6 flyer. Really, the question here is attack Saheeli or attack face. Yeah, we could just avoid killing the copy. All right, I'm going to go face. Yeah, but we're trying to kill them dead. We're somewhat in a race here, and I'm just going to keep pursuing that. I mean, if they come at us with everything, we could even just take it all. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could take 8, assuming they leave the Silverwing back to block.
Do I have your attention now?
Yeah, if they're just going to attack with the 1, we just don't care. We'll just take that. Jace, you say? Sure, just top deck gasoline. What about us? Where's our fantastic top deck? Not that that's necessarily fantastic. It's not like it has a bounce ability. No, we had a couple of things on top that were at least spells. Let's see what we find instead. Jeez, are we? Can we even attack? I think we still have to send with Screecher. It's slipping away, but we gotta send with Screecher, or it will slip away. Alright, well now we're just going to top deck one of our Heartfires and win, okay? Didn't mill it, did he? Yeah.
Always an answer.
It has a reason to hold 1 land. At this point, it's bluffs. I mean, we just have no need for all this mana, but the one reason to hold a land is Honor of the God Pharaoh. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11 of 16, so there's 5 of 16 are land. So, you know, we're still like a 33% chance effectively to draw land here. So we're not out of the woods on that front. This is not a token, right? It's a real deal. I'm into this block here, I think. Yeah, I guess we could attack with the devil, but it doesn't get him to 0. I mean, what do we, like... I guess it forces... Like, they would block here. Yeah, I'm gonna just block with the token now. Make them pay, you say, Reset Press. How do we do that? How do we make them pay? Trying to make them pay. If we keep it around and come back with an attack the other direction, let's see, what does that look like? So we attack 4, 6, 4, 3, 1, 1. And they have to block the 4s, and they take the 1, and then we're dead the other direction. So yeah, since we don't have a good attack back with all 3 the other direction, I'm going to have to kill the Horde here. So, attack, they chump, they attack, we chump, and we still live. All right, so yep, we just keep doing it. dead to removal, but we can't really play around that here. We just gotta go for our avenue to victory, which is War Screecher gets there. Sure, sure, sure. Screw you guys. Lurking at the bottom of the deck, getting milled out. Still gonna win, right? They still need something for the War Screecher. They're not just snapping it off. They're not just destroying the battalion and winning, so we might be okay. He even just blocked this, but we're just gonna chump. Either we're winning with the War Screecher or we're not winning, so we'll see what happens. One-time dealer. That's not gonna do it. Exploding Planeswalker. Hey, we got the Heartfire anyway, and it's instant, so we can attack, and if they happen to have something, we still have the Heartfire backup, so great. I mean, we wanted Heartfire more than Oketra or Gideon anyway. This was the real draw. So thanks for milling Oketra and Gideon so that we could get to our Heartfire. All right. We cleared par. We had our two best cards milled to get out of the way of the card we really wanted. We got there. Whew. All right, we cleared par. Now let's get to 7, shall we? Hey, we've had success with Boros the 2 times we've drafted it, but I'm still wary. It's like doing okay. Yeah, Oketra and Gideon, although they haven't been linchpins in every one of our wins. Our one loss, we cast Oketra twice. This is pretty ugly as an opener for our deck, but I am going to keep it because we have both of the colors of our mana, and we have these combine to work well with this. It's a little loose, but I'm going to keep. We need to draw, but we just have 3 land, and they're in both colors, and I just can't throw this mix of land and spells back, even though it's not a particularly aggro start. He says, drawing the perfect card in his deck. We did have 2 of them. There's not duplicate protection. Sometimes GRS, I've gotten an incremental card like that, and it's been gems. So like they said, oh, you get this rare instead. Oh, you have 4 of these. Here's gems. So it works that way. I'm still a big fan of blue in this format. If I can choose if you're like, there's going to be a very good card in your opening pack and you get to choose the color, I'm going to choose blue. And we don't have anything else to do here, and we want to build towards Electromancer doing something, so I'm going to go ahead and strike for the cycles and the value. Oh, do we want that, actually? Sure, we've got our land. It's removal. We'll take it. It's more spells to power up Electromancer. If they did something to make the army huge, we might consider arrowing it, but we're not going to arrow a 1/1 or 2/2 army or whatever. Ah, but see, we might go ahead and arrow this 3-power zombie. I like that. Yeah, yeah. And then Electromancer will be able to take out the remaining twin. Ah, they're not going to. They're gonna stay back on D. And what are we gonna do about that? We could have the arrow play just by attacking in. Then we can't play anything else, though. Whereas if we Heartfire, or Trusted Pegasus, gives us more options next turn in our attack. So I'm going to play Pegasus. Just the one right now. But soon we'll have a very good Electromancer as well, which I'm liking. Okay, you can think we're racing, but I'm going to just take this. And here I actually like just Rager, leave up arrow. If we want to take out the Dreadhorde twins with the Divine Arrow, but we can also, if they do something to proliferate or whatever, we can accept the army token on the Divine Arrow. Thank you for that sub. Appreciate that. Mana. Considering heart-firing the twins, or heart-firing the army token. No, we'll just let it. It can be what it is. And then here we can go Divine Arrow plus Tybalt, or we can go. Like, I kind of like this. Let's go block here. Heartfire here, sacking this. Oh yeah, maybe I should just do lethal. Sorry, me and my board control mindset. But I still like where we're at. Shouldn't have done that, though. Let's see, where are we at on... We got 3, so we can't do Electromancer. I'm just going to strike the Manticore. And keep the race going. Yeah, if I let this one slip away, it'll be a pretty horrific punt. I think we're going to survive, but generally, folks, I recommend taking lethal when offered is a good way to approach Magic. Now it looks pretty good. They need to counter this Electromancer. We've got this. Actually... Oh yeah, I agree. I'm not telling anybody they shouldn't call that a punt. We could go Populous, force the chump. Let's just try and win. They might have something here to counter, but we gotta try. Just if they'd had something, they probably would have used it by now. Just making sure we weren't stepping into me taking the punt and actually turning it into a loss. So I wanted to slow down and really make sure that I didn't make a second attempt to give that game away. All right. Got to win, but hate it when I'm tagged with a punt. Thank you, Ambassador. Glad you came to hang out with us today and glad you enjoyed the episode. For those of you who don't know, I subbed for Luis on Limited Resources this week, so you can go hear my thoughts on Modern Horizons Limited and threw out a lot of design thoughts in that one. Nice. Probably go 10th District into Pegasus again. It's just a great start. We have 10th District, Pegasus into Screecher Rager with an arrow option in there. Yeah, we'll stick with Pegasus here and follow with some combination of our 2-drops on 4. Kind of want to use the arrow to get towards Electromancer being something of value. I've been arena only swim down. I have talked about the possibility of Magic Online at some point, but it would require some extra setup work for me and stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know. We'll see. I am going to go ahead and send in the Pegasus. It telegraphs the arrow or whatever, but they can block or not. I don't care. And then maybe doing this just makes it look like it was a bluff, which is kind of cool. Chandra, that's real.
My hair is on fire. This is just gonna be bad for you.
Defiant Strike here a little bit late. We lost our 10th district already. However, it does set us up to get 2 more Electromancer fuel, pieces of Electromancer fuel into the graveyard, which I like. And we're going to arrow the Silverwing and then see about whether or not we want to strike. And this only gets us, right? Opponent or Planeswalker. So Chandra's going to do us some damage. We're going to go after that. I play Slay the Spire. I haven't played it in a while, but I enjoy that game a lot. I think it's real good. And let's see. Can't quite finish her off, but we could... yeah, I'm going to add the strike so that Electromancer is extra powerful next turn.
This.
Ouch. But I think we got her coming up here. And Electromancer is going to take out anything with 3 toughness that they put on board here.
Watch it burn.
That's pretty good, because I don't necessarily want to use the Electromancer on some weak sauce, but we might. Yeah, Rager was not trampling, so no reason to do that. Well, Electromancer's not really doing anything yet. I'm going to keep this land in case we draw Honor the God Pharaoh, drop Legionnaire, and swing with Legionnaire instead of Rager. Although Rager can pump. Let's see. Trouble is, we can only bring one of them into the air, so I'm going to send in Legionnaire, Pegasus, and War Screecher, and we'll send War Screecher at here and here and here. I see. Yeah, I think if they had greeting, they would have used it already. That's my theory here. I wasn't really afraid of removal on their part based on the way the game had played out. And again, I could have played this, but it's somewhat of a hedge to the honor of the God Pharaoh. Sarkhan, man, we're facing the good decks now. Let me tell you. Do we have we only have 2 of these in the yard, so we can do 2 damage somewhere.
Behold!
Probably gonna have to go at Sarkhan. The dragon's gonna block the Pegasus so that it can stop doing that, and then we have to finish off the... We'll take out Sarkhan and take out the dragon, but lose the Pegasus. I think that's where we're at. Also got to remember Sarkhan's static. Let's remember Sarkhan's static. So it's going to deal 1 to our stuff, but I don't think that changes anything. We'll play this out now. And secretly we can't actually pump the Rager. Yeah, right, I did, right? When creature attacks you or planeswalker you control, each dragon you control deals 1 damage to that creature. So the dragon is going to deal 1, but it doesn't actually change anything. What does it change? I read the passive. I just don't know how you think that changes our play. Do this and back off on Tybalt. He's not a dragon. He's a legendary planeswalker Sarkhan. Oh. I don't know, I think people were saying that I should read it, and I don't think it changes anything. We've got 2.
Consume you! Watch this! Listen to them roar!
Yeah, I guess I could have sent Screecher to face. I'm just, in fact, yeah, they're not going to block Screecher, though. I should have sent Screecher to face, though, you're right.
Only human.
Well, what else do we have to claw through here? Huh, that's interesting. Are they accepting a dead initiate to try and make a bigger army? Or have they got tricks up their sleeves? What do they got? What is they could kind of just don't care about this though, right? I'm gonna put Rager in front of Initiate and see what they do. If they kill it, then either it'll die and turn this into a 2/2, which is whatever. If they finish it, though, no matter what, if they do something to kill the Rager, at least we take out the army token, is what I'm saying. Take 2? You just want to take 2? All right, yeah, sure. Let's just take 2. I mean, a little again with my board control mentality. When I see an opportunity to shrink their board, I just kind of want to do it, you know? What does Gideon offer? Vigilance, lifelink, or indestructible. So we make an indestructible Electromancer and send that. Yeah, if it's finisher, it might mean Gideon is going to be finishered. But we still play it. We could also stay back on War Screecher activation in the face of Conjurant and trade off Electromancer. What if you send in Rager here? Because Rager can do some serious work with a double... Yeah, I'm going to go Gideon, lifelink, Rager, attack with Rager. Or I'm going to do this at least.
Gideon Jura, at your service.
Thank you, Gideon. We could make Rager indestructible. Trying to figure out what to do with Gideon here, and I'm honestly not sure what the right play is. We want to get our attacks on. Let's go lifelink on Rager, and then we can
I will lend you my strength.
send in these two. And Rager can trade with Conjurant if need be. Although the damage is prevented, so maybe lifelink was the wrong choice here. Yeah, lifelink was definitely the wrong choice. Although I'm happy to trade with the Conjurant, but we actually don't get the lifelink that we were hoping for here. That's my bad. Indestructible might have been better, but if we did Indestructible, they probably wouldn't make that trade, and I'm happy to do that. And then actually... Yeah, I'm gonna keep the army small. Yeah, we got one, but that's obviously not what we were going for there with the lifelink. Nice, 7-1. Well, I'm trying to do the same. Look at all these. Come on!
I don't let anything slip through the cracks.
Okay, we're still pretty good here, though. Let's see, I'm gonna come at Kaya with everything, though. Let's go Indestructible. 10th District Legionnaire?
I believe in you.
If they chump, Kaya can expend her last bit of loyalty to get rid of something.
Am I dematerializing?
3 planeswalkers down. What, you gonna bring Lily next? Come on, bring Lily. I want her. Cast Lily right now. I dare you.
Take a hit or two.
Alright. Finish her as we kind of thought.
My strength gave out.
A lot of disloyal planeswalkers around here. 23.
I leave you.
More land. Do we care about Ashiok? I think we have to, unfortunately. And unfortunately, we do not get much action on Ashiok. I'm going to send both. They're probably going to trade the Legionnaire off, but we got to keep pressuring Ashiok, and if they want to make that trade, that's cool. At least it means the pressure on the other direction isn't going to be as huge.
You're not scared enough.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. If we get Honor the God Pharaoh, we have 8 mana. We spend 3 to discard this and draw 2 hopeful spells. We would want all 5 mana to try and do that.
I lost my...
Thank you, Eric Red. Appreciate that. Glad you liked the episode. It was fun to do. Always love going back on LR. Really, the giant plus Ashiok puts us in a real rough spot. Don't have many options. Still got to come at Ashiok, or we just lose to the mill.
You must be quelled.
But if we can find Gideon. Oh, sorry, not Gideon. If we can find Oketra. Alright, Oketra's still in the deck.
Difficult to digest.
Maybe they're just trying to set up the Dread Horde getting bigger sooner. Do we care about that? Take 1 here and go to 9 versus block. We stay at 10. They get a 1/1, then it becomes a 2/2 next turn. I'm gonna block it. I think they were doing that to get their army started, but the... Yeah. We'll stay back now. Yes, Creature Pump gives us good blocks on everything here. They don't really have an attack. If they do, they're making the attack into the onboard trick that the mistake we made. I mean, this is a trade, so it's not maybe the worst, but we're definitely going to offer Crunch for Screecher here. It starts to let that army token get bigger, but we got to do what we got to do here. All of them, Draconis. All of the other lands are exiled. This is 7 spells. Hey, Jay. So, we still have a block thanks to the Screecher. It doesn't actually eat the army, but we do get to block the army. Ha ha! Now we don't get to block the army. Oh, it doesn't pump itself? Yeah, I guess we don't then. Alright. Well, we have a block on the Reaver. Why doesn't it just pump itself? That's weird to me. Well, play what you got.
You don't look scared. My assistants are painfully sloppy.
I guess there I could have attacked because we're probably not going to block, but it does keep back the Reaver at least. Yeah, it's not nothing that Tybalt stops the lifelink. Huh. No, Tybalt stops the lifelink, but I am wondering if we should... I'm just going to block like this. Or even just like this. Well, if we could also go for the army right now. Do we just go for the army? I think we have to, don't we? Because that's 1, 2. Oh, it doesn't pump itself though, so it's not going to get there. It does 1, 2, 3. It would only do 4. Shoot. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this. I'm actually just gonna take the 5 here. Good news is, let's see, we got Wanderer's Strike, Honor the God Pharaoh, Heartfire, Oketra, Defiant Strike, and Battlefield Promotion left. That might be enough. Really, we want Defiant Strike and reset this army, and then we can do some stuff. That's not bad either. Means Oketra is still likely to die. Also means we won't mill. Can't draw a land. We're going to save this to pitch to the honor. Definitely doing this.
I adore an audience.
We are just chumping, though, because Oketra can't... Oketra blocking 6/6 army. Oketra does die. The army dies as well. Oh no, we can. I'm gonna play so that we can pump Oketra. Then I like where we're at. Just have to hope they can't add to the army token here, and if they do, we will have to do some chumping. But right now, Oketra, yeah, darn it. Amass 1 is just perfect. Still, if the army turns sideways, we go to Oketra back the other way, and we still have another extra chump. Army doesn't get lifelink because of Tybalt's passive. Hopefully they forget that. Yeah, let's go ahead and trade with the token. You're right. Oketra just comes back. Trouble, and she won't be last. That's the important thing. If it put Oketra specifically on the bottom, then we don't get much use there. Yeah, that's the other thing. If they attack, we can also just chump, ping the Vizier, and then we have 3... yeah, we have lethal back the other way. All right, they agree. Cool. I'm a little surprised they didn't try to find the path there. But I did think we were in good shape. I think we found a way there. All right, that was very satisfying. What do you know? Boros has been one of our successful combos in this set. Yeah. I kind of want to look now. Let's claim this prize. Thank you, Fiddles. Appreciate the cheer. Hey, we won many of our games there without the support of either of those. We had several, at least 3 games where they didn't really do anything. 3, maybe even 4. I don't know. I have to go look, but all right, that was sweet. I'm gonna say goodbye to our YouTube friends. Bye, YouTube friends.